Doctor Strange, A Tale of Two Films. First, a bad, overwrought and overwritten screenplay, and second, a good and inspired and imaginative even directorial work. Two worlds colliding in the night. And stranger yet, in some alternate universe, there's a film out there where this is great, where this version, a movie that embraces its horror tropes while keeping the themes and most of the beats, but boils out the excess and cuts the fat and simplifies the story. And that movie, a horror superhero film, is a 10. Whereas this one, well, it's a... So I usually do film breakdowns that dive deep into the beats of the screenplay and the philosophical dilemmas, but for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I'm going to do a quick review. So this will have some general spoilers, but since I'm not diving too deep, I think you can still watch it beforehand to see if you actually want to spend your hard-earned money on a ticket or just wait till it streams. So this film is a psychedelic zombie flick, a Marvel horror film, which sounds as confusing as it is, so it being overworked and convoluted makes sense. The crazy thing is it almost works, and it could have been done well with some revisions, or likely less revisions, because it's possible that in some early incarnation, before it all got stomped on by execs and script doctors galore, it was something clean, pure, and beautiful. So I can both recommend this film, or the promise of this film, if you're an MCU fan or even a Sam Raimi fan. And I can also not recommend this film if you're a fan of cohesive quality movies. And the tricky thing is knowing who to blame. It's easy to blame the writer, but with Marvel and Disney, you know there's dozens of execs and additional writers all pushing and pulling the plot. That could have also been reshoots that dramatically change the clarity of the story. It's possible that the first few drafts of the screenplay were the best, and the subsequent changes just muddied the waters and complicated a good story. And that's why my recommendation is so mixed, because you can see the bones of a quality story beneath the fatty tissue. And in fact, you can see something fantastic, or a stylized horror film, the likes which could only be handled by Sam Raimi. But in the MCU, it has so much promise. And normally Kevin Feige, who is usually so apt at handling massive story arcs across multiple films and TV series, I think drops the ball in my opinion. Or maybe it's past the point of over-complexification, where there are too many threads to tie together, that it's impossible to make a good standalone film anymore that also marries all the films and phase arcs together. So I saw this with my wife, who doesn't know what's going on in the MCU, and she seemed to follow, to my surprise, the exposition-heavy first act, but then just got confused along with me, who does know what's going on in the greater universe. But it's always good to watch a film with as much of an objective eye as possible, in that, what if I've never seen a Marvel movie? Could I still enjoy this film? And I think the answer for me is no. And even still, seeing all the cameos and tie-ins is almost what ruined it for me and derailed the plot altogether. So Marvel, stop trying to surprise us and just follow your outline. A good screenplay needs to follow a beat sheet to get made, but a film needs to maintain those beats throughout production, or the film will meander and lose the momentum. So my guess is the film lost its plot along the way after they started filming. Word of advice next time, just let Sam Raimi direct and make the writers and editors adhere to the beats. So this is a lesson to you as a writer, that if you sell a screenplay, or you're lucky enough to work with the likes of Marvel or Disney even, there will be dozens of hands all over it before it's done. And who knows how close it will resemble your actual work. So just write your best, let it go, let go of your pride, and hope they keep calling you and keep on writing. So this film for me is a 5 out of 10 at best in this universe, but in another, it easily could have been a 10. Watch my Batman breakdown film here so you can see how a big budget superhero film should be. So thank you again for your time and attention. Bye y'all.